Hello and welcome to our first tutorial video of Python and game development with Pygame library. Pygame is a platform for designing video games, easy video games, 2D video games with Python. It includes graphics and sound functions that will make your life easier if you're trying to create 2D games. We are on the official website of Pygame where you can find instructions on how to install Pygame in different operating systems, and I will leave the link to the getting started page on the description of the video. So in this series of videos we will create together a 2D game similar to the one that you can see in the start of the video, the car game. The first step, after we have already installed Python and Pygame on our computer, is to go to a file. You can use an idle if you prefer. I prefer to write on plain text, and we need to write our first line of code, which is to import our libraries. I will import those two basic libraries because those are the only ones that I will need in the start, at least for this video. So after we import our libraries, the first line of code that we need to write is Pygame init. We basically are calling a function which is the first thing that you have to do every time that you use Pygame. You have to call this function to initialize your program before you call any other Pygame function. So after we have called Pygame init, we need to start by creating our window. How we can do this? This we can do by calling the function Pygame display set mode. This function returns a display object, which is basically our window, that we will save to a variable. I will call it display. Inside the parentheses you need to set the dimensions of your window. For now I will just use two random integers. You can use whatever you want. Later we will replace those integers with constants because it's better to avoid using random numbers. We will discuss also later about this. So after we create our window, we will also set a title, a caption for our window. This you can do by writing Pygame display set caption and the string that you want to use as a title. I will use car game, and with just those 4 lines of code we have created a window that will have the title car game and these dimensions. We will save this file as car.py. So now I will go from the terminal, we'll go to the folder that I have my file. I suppose that if you use an IDE this is easier, and I will run the instruction python carpy. I will basically run my program, and you can see that a window appeared. The window had the caption car game. Of course it disappeared immediately because there is nothing else to do. So after we created our window, we need to create a function, a game loop, that's how we will call our function, that will run and will keep this window open basically. So we will define a function that we'll call game loop. You can call it however you want, and inside there will be a while loop that will be an infinite loop, will run forever until we terminate our program. Inside, the first thing that we will do is check basically if the user wants to terminate the program. This can happen by calling the function Pygame event get, and this function allows us to interact with our program with pressing a button or by mouse clicking. And here we will say if an event happened, and if this event is Pygame quit, which means that basically someone clicked on the quit button on the top left of our window. We have to call the function Pygame quit, which is something similar with Pygame init. You need to call it in the end before you close your program, and system exits is exit to terminate our program. And also inside the infinite loop we need to write to call the function update, which will keep our window existing for all the time that we will not before we terminate the program. So we need to call this game loop function, and now if I run the program, you can see that we have a window that exists, doesn't do nothing, it's a blank window, and I can close it from the expert. So with this we conclude today's tutorial. On our next video we will learn how to draw stuff on this window, and we will draw our screen and our car. So until next time, goodbye, and don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video.